All right, hi folks, I'm Bob Schrupp, physical therapist.
Brad Heineck, physical therapist.
Together we are the most famous physical therapists on the internet.
In our opinion, of course, Bob.
Deadlifts, Brad. Can they be done safely? And if not, can can someone give us some alternatives to doing deadlifts?
I think we can, Bob.
Yeah, I think we're going to be the people that do this.
Exactly.
If you are new to our channel, I'm going to get this done with.
Yeah, let's get it out of the way.
If you are new to our channel, please take a second to subscribe to us. We provide videos on how to stay healthy, fit, pain-free, and we upload every day. Also, wander over to Facebook and like us, because Brad and I like to be liked.
Yes.
Brad, take it away.
Okay, deadlifts. I think the name for it is appropriate, deadlift. Actually, I think deadlifts is an excellent exercise. It's really good overall body strengthening exercise because it gets your your hamstrings, your quads,
It's
your
a full
glutes,
body exercise,
your back,
and you're getting
shoulders.
big muscles.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. At the same time, if it's not done properly, you can really put your back at risk for injury, as well as your shoulders and neck could be involved. But even if it's done 100% properly, it still puts a fair amount, if not a lot of stress on your low back.
Yeah, we have to be honest here. There really is no way to do this without putting a great deal of stress on your back.
Right.
And I know some people are going to argue, well, that's how you prepare your back. You put stress on it, and that way it will not get injured in the future. But that's not how things work, unfortunately.
Exactly. And also, I think about the time I went to a high school competition for deadlift, squats, the three, and bench press. And I'd say 70%, at least 70% of the participants, max weight and their posture, God bless them, they were working their heart, so they trained hard for it.
But they were rounded out like
round in
this.
the back,
Yeah.
and I'm just thinking, and my nephew was one of them. That's how I was there, and sure enough, he had back problems by the time he was 20. And I think it was, his deadlifting was a big part of it.
A lot of our opinion, Brad, is based upon the work of Alf Nachemson.
Sure.
He's a doctor. He's I think long since dead, but he did some kind of landmark studies on the back, and he measured the pressure inside the disc when you're in different positions.
Right.
And he found out if you're sitting straight up, or standing straight up like this,
That's the least amount.
This is 100%. I mean, it's just normal body weight.
Right.
But as soon as you start going forward like this, and if you start rounding out, it increases it by double or 250%. I mean, it's just,
and then you add weight to it, so it's going to stress the back.
There's just no way around it.
Right. If you love lifting weights, I don't say you should stop it, but just be careful. Make sure you do it right. We're going to go through some of the mechanics on how to do it properly, and there's always a little variation. So, but we're going through the basic body mechanics of it from a therapist point of view, looking at keeping you safe. So.
Right. We're going to try to keep it as safe as possible.
Exactly.
I mean, so.
Right.
All right. What are the steps, Brad?
Well, let's start
mechanics.
from the bottom on. Here we've got our mock weight set here, so I don't hurt myself. But first thing is,
maybe we should talk about this first, Brad.
Well, okay, we can. Yeah. I think a back belt is a great idea.
Yeah, he's got one on. You can't see it because it's black, and he's got a black shirt.
But you can see here on this one, you can pull it real tight, and it's a really nice back belt because then you can easily loosen it up when you're not lifting.
But this is a back brace by Braceability, and we really like it. I really like how it snugs up. This is just an old-fashioned. This is
leather belt.
Yeah, I don't even know if they sell these anymore, do they?
I'm not sure, Bob.
This is my old one from 30 years ago.
Okay.
So
I see people in the gym. They're still
wearing them.
Yeah, maybe they're 30 years old too. Okay. I don't know. But anyways, I think a back belt's a really good idea for this type of lifting. Give that lumbar some support. Next thing is your feet are going to be flat. As far as how wide you keep your feet, I like a wide base. I know some people do like a narrow base, depending on where you keep your arms, whether out here or in like this. But I believe most people go on the outside. Again, we're not.
So then you might want to be a little more narrow, then I would guess.
Right.
Mechanically.
But the wider you are, the stronger your base. Okay, so we'll look at it from this way. Hand grip. I like the opposing hand grip. Some people like both hands this way. Again, that's one of those things that you work with and do what works best for you.
I don't think that's going to play a role in how much stress is on your back.
Right.
So that's all a matter of preference.
Good point, Bob. But this one is going to make a big difference. You've got to keep that bar close to your shins and up to your knees. If you try and get it out here, That's just plain basic physics. It's going to stress your low back. The further the weight is from your shin, the more stress on your back, and it's going to make a big difference on those discs.
Like Brad and I were talking about before the video, you know, the more you're upright here, you know, if you can go like this,
right,
which you can't, of course, the bar would hit, the less stress there is on your back. Every inch you go forward, you know, there's more stress, more stress, more stress, more stress.
Right, and
there's no way around it.
It's not linear. It's more like an exponential.
Yeah, that's basic physics there.
Right. So should we go through the body mechanics of the back? So
what Brad was showing is when he saw these guys lifting, what were they doing, Brad?
They were
rounded out like that.
Right.
So we had one point of contact, which puts a lot more stress on the back. We'd like to see 3 points of contact as much as possible. Here, here, and here, and as straight, that's keeping your back a lot straighter, a lot less stress on it.
You want to keep it in the neutral position. So
right.
And that's the lumbar. You don't want it overarched, but you don't want it rounded for sure. Okay. The next thing is how far do you drop the hips? You know, you don't want to drop them too far like this because you really round.
Yeah, you're starting to round out. See, I'm 1 point of contact now.
Right. So there's the point right in the middle where it's optimum. Okay, so it's not too low, it's not too high, it's right in there. Plus you get the hamstrings to activate, you get more low back muscles. You want the muscles to do the lifting, not the stress on the back. And you come up, and once you get up to here, don't throw the weight way back like this.
Now you're putting stress in the other way on the facets, the joints of the back, which can really wear those out too.
Exactly. So bring it up. The shoulders will go back into good posture, and then, but not over exaggerating it, but not here either. And then going back down, it's going to go just over the knees, down the shins, and you'll have the lift complete.
Now this isn't advice for people who are doing lifting for competing or anything like this. This is advice for people who are doing lifting for exercise and for trying to become healthy. I mean, that's why we're saying, you know, if you hurt your back, you can't lift very easily. So I'm saying, you know, it doesn't matter. You know, you can argue with us all day and say, I don't care, I'm going to go ahead and do these. Well, if you hurt your back once, you're done lifting.
Well, this kind of lift.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
This really puts a fair amount of stress on the back. You know, if you have an injured back and you want to start strengthening it, I would not use this.
I would not do this.
There's a much better way, and we're going to show that in just a few minutes. Long-term lifters, we get a lot of comments on our site.
Sure.
People saying, boy, if I would have known some of this information 20 years ago when I start lifting weights, my body wouldn't be.
Yeah, Brad and I just had the discussion. You know, if you lift heavy weights, really heavy, I mean, you're going to wear out joints quicker.
Right.
I mean, you know, and people that bench press high amounts, the end of their clavicle or the end of their collarbone very consistently wears out.
Sure.
There's just no way around it. So, I mean, you just have to keep this in mind that there's a price to be paid for lifting heavy weights over a long period of time. You know, it's just like everything. If you go in, you know, just on a lower level, things are going to last longer.
Exactly.
You know,
it's common sense.
Right.
Should we show them some options? Let's say you do want to strengthen the same muscle groups. You want to strengthen the low back. You want to strengthen the hips, the hamstrings, the shoulders. And let's go ahead, Bob.
Well, I'll show the one without the ball first, Brad.
Sure. Yep. Let's do it.
You know, this is, and I understand this is not heavy lifting here, but this is getting your back, upper back, low back. And I do these all the time. I do these every day. So basically you're doing the opposite arm, opposite leg. Now you could put weights on your arm too.
Sure.
You can go like this, and this starts making it more difficult. Now you are getting up to a little more, you know, athletic level here.
I don't care how big of a brute you are. We have ways to strengthen yourself without big weights, and we'll get to them.
Yeah, and you know, I like to go the 3 directions here, Brad. So I go forward.
He's talking about his arm right now.
Side, and then back even, getting to different muscles.
So he's working different fibers of the upper trap as well as the shoulder. So it's,
and then obviously I go the opposite direction too. I'm going to hit the wall over here, so I can't do that. But
he's doing some work to the glutes and the low back, but we're going to show you a way to get even more stress on that if you really want to get higher intensity. I think the best way I know to do it is using the ball.
Sure. Now, you want me to do this, Brad?
Go ahead, Bob.
So I don't do these, Brad. So you grab onto something, or what do you do?
I do them right on the floor. Should I do it?
Yeah, why don't you do it?
Because these I do. I don't do them on a table. I do them on a floor, preferably a carpeted or rubber mat floor. But for the camera's sake, I'm going to do it on the table. So
he's going to make a great sacrifice for our audience.
Don't do it on a kitchen table at home and say, that's the way Brad did it. Okay, I put my hands like this. I rest my forehead right with my thumbs or here, or I take a pillow. And what I'll do, I'll start out with just one leg, and we'll start working it. And then I'll work the upper low back like this. And if you want more intensity, really, you know, if you're really a big guy, you want some weight, take some plates or some weights. Where did those weights go, Bob?
Right here.
And I guarantee you, you will get plenty of resistance.
Well, this becomes a balance exercise then, too.
Not really. Once you get good on the ball, the problem is I need my feet are dangling off here.
That's why I had tried this.
You go like this, and if I put my feet up against the wall. You got to learn to work with the ball a little bit, but believe me, the ball is really cheap compared to getting a whole weight set. And you work it here like this.
So if your feet are up against the wall, it's easy to put both arms up there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Matter of fact, I'll just show them, Bob. I'm feeling like a silly person there.
Okay.
Now I can do it. So you
Sure.
go like this. You see the ball supports the low back here. And you get an excellent low back workout. And then when you go to the front and you're doing these, great for the glutes. And if you want more resistance, then you start doing this. And it gets much more difficult, particularly if you put the ball under your chest more. I really can't even do it this low. But if you're really strong, you could go here, but I need to go up here.
We are doing deadlifts, so one thing you may want to do after you're done doing the deadlifts is to go ahead and get down and do some press-ups.
Sure, right.
I just, you're stressing your back into bending, so now you want to go ahead and do some of these, the opposite, where you keep the pelvis down on the floor, arms about, shoulder length width apart, and just go ahead and do some press-ups like this, keeping the pelvis down. Don't be lifting up like this.
Right, it's not a push-up.
Yep. And this will at least give you a little prevention then to
Right.
help maybe extend your back a little bit longer.
And then if you want to avoid the barbell and doing the deadlifts, and you want to get the legs more, this really takes the stress completely off the back, and it really can work the legs. And if you really want a good workout, you go to one leg and go like this. And believe me, you will get adequate, especially if you hold 20-pound plate or a 25-pound plate on your stomach, which I cannot do. I'm maxing out right now here. But there are always alternatives to get the same.
I'm laughing because a lady gave me a hard time on Facebook. She said, I said I do 3 sets of 30.
Yeah.
And she says she does a set of 100 and some.
Oh.
And she said she made it sound like she was an older lady.
Oh, well, good for her.
Yeah, I know. I'm like,
I mean, when you do that kind of repetition, you're working in endurance. You're not working strength, but that's fine too.
Yep.
It depends on your goal.
All right, remember Brad and I are not just pretty.
We're pretty ugly.
No, we're pretty helpful and handy, so make sure you want to subscribe to us and don't hurt your feet while you're doing it.